everyone. Welcome back to our Mindset and Personal Development Lives. Hello Tuesday. That was the best name I could come up with. Oh my God. So my name is Amanda Fludd, and I am on a mission to help high achieving women amplify their impact, challenge their anxieties, and increase their income through approachable mindset tools and honest conversations. What's up, ladies? If you're an entrepreneur or, in any leadership capacity and ready to kind of feel confident, capable, and in control, then this is the space for you. And I'm here to pour into you. So let's talk trauma and business. I am Nia Hines. What's up, girl? Okay, so to have ongoing success in your business, you need to have a mind that is adapted for success, right? And we know what that feels like. We know when things are good. It's clear, we're creative, we can adapt, we're resilient, and we're always ready for the unexpected. But now in my coaching and clinical practice, I often hear clients complain that they're not making headway with their business goals. And it's really not for a lack of effort, but what they don't recognize is their business is often a reflection of their trauma, right? Chew on that for a second. All right. So what does that look like? I think for most people, especially my determined, ambitious, driven people, it might look like nervous energy, right? It might look like they don't want to show up. It may look like or feel like this nagging feeling of self-doubt or unworthiness, right? Or that sense of being found out as a fraud. And it kind of creates this sense of frustration around why they can't be as successful as they want to be, or, this frustration around not seeing the success that they want, right? So drop a 1 for me if sometimes you get stuck and you can't figure out why. Put it in the comments. Because I think we all kind of get there sometimes where we're stuck and we just don't know, what the hell is going on with us. And, I think it kind of leads to a lot of self-blame, but there's really some other things going on there. Many people just don't realize that unconscious goals compete with conscious ones, right? So although you might be determined to succeed in reality, what's really going on is your brain is kind of putting up this protective barrier for you unconsciously. Okay, so if you think about it, a lot of us grew up in tough situations, right? A quarter of us grew up with alcoholic relatives, right? Many of us have witnessed violence, either very close to us within our families or even within our communities, right? A lot of betrayal in our own lives, and many things that may have kind of challenged our sense of safety, right? Our physical safety, our emotional safety. A lot of us carry all this dark secrets in our closets, right? Or things that are passed down from generation to generation. And what we fail to acknowledge is that these experiences often leave traces on our minds and emotions, and it impacts our capacity for joy, for connection, this ability to trust ourselves or not overthink our next steps. And while we all want to move past trauma, right? Who wants to hold on to the old stuff? Okay. The part of your brain that's all about your survival has this funny way of misreading cues and will reactivate at the slightest hint of danger. And it could be a simple thing. It could be as simple as I need to make a presentation at work, or go live, right? Or, take that courageous step to follow my dreams. But in your mind, it triggers this sense of dread, right? And all these unpleasant emotions. And that can then trigger these behaviors that stop you from showing up as your best self. So, I'm more withdrawn, right? Or maybe even the opposite. I'm totally aggressive and more aggressive than I really want to be. Okay. It's really overall this out of control feeling. Okay, but I really want you to know that you can begin to take control of how you show up, starting with acknowledging that there might be other stuff going on behind the scenes of your success. All right, and all of it isn't you, and it's not your fault sometimes. It's just about your experiences in life that play out in how you show up, okay? So you can certainly learn to challenge that, challenge how you think and respond. I like to give you questions to think about, right? So I want you to start thinking about what you think about. Think about if some of the beliefs that you've created in your life, if they really stand up for now, maybe they helped you get through certain experiences in your life, but do you really need them now? Right? Or were there things that were said to you in the past that it's definitely not true? It never was, but maybe you're still believing it and hanging on to it now, right? Things like you'll never amount to nothing. You're not good enough. You can't do this, right? You are too blank to do blank. Okay. Those things that were spoken over you are probably not valid, probably not true, but probably holding you back. Okay, so really start asking yourself, am I responding to old messages that are kind of fueling my pattern of avoiding, right? This pattern of not showing up, right? Hey, what's up, Stephanie? We're talking about trauma and how it shows up in our business, because a lot of us are avoiding things and we're not recognizing that. Okay, so I want you to start really kind of deep diving and exploring, if you will. And if you missed some of the questions so far, go back, right? Get a piece of paper, save this post so you can come back and do some of this thinking for yourself and really spend some time with it. But, I want you to just think about, what does avoiding look like for you in your business? Could it be not scheduling appointments, putting off projects, not doing those visibility things that you need to in order to show up, right? Not speaking up at meetings, or maybe you're super controlling and people are like, yo, you need to let go, but you're struggling to do that. Maybe you procrastinate. Maybe you can't get out of your head, right? And to the point that nothing gets done, right? I want you to take a look at all of that, because that's all forms of avoidance, okay? And I hope this is making sense. If it's making sense for you, drop an emoji, right? If it relates, if it connects, if it's sort of hitting home, okay? Because, these are things that all play into your fear response and your brain's way of reacting to keep you safe, but it can definitely stall your progress, okay? So, but with that awareness, as you guys kind of answer these questions and get into this and think about it, you're really cultivating what we call awareness, right? And with awareness in how you operate, in how you think, and how you respond, you can really begin to shift that external experience, right? But I won't go more into that. I know this is a lot to digest as it is, and I will continue to break it down if that's something that you guys want. We'll tackle that in posts and lives, right, if it makes sense to you. But for now, it's just something to think about, right? Some things that make you go, is that me? Is that how I respond? Is that how I've been showing up? And if this is really good info for you guys, write shift in the comments so I know that you recognize that it's time for me to make some changes. It's time for me to reconsider how I think, right? Maybe it's time for a little mindset makeover, right? Thank you, Stephanie. It definitely shows up. Yeah, and a lot of times we're not real about that, and we don't always have spaces where we can be honest about, what's really coming up for us and how it gets in the way of our progress. A lot of it is old stuff. A lot of it is not our fault, but we also have to take accountability for it. We have to acknowledge it and start to change it for ourselves, right? And that's the work. But, the work can be tough, but the outcome is well worth it and beautiful. All right, take care, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm going to try to do this every Tuesday. All right, this is episode 1 of Hello Tuesday, the mindset behind what you do, so that we can show up better in the spaces that we're in. Bye, guys.